Hello everyone, I'm Trey Rich and you're watching The Buzz. On today's show, we have R&B hip-hop artist Bellinger, then we have Zander in our artist spotlight, then we talk to influencer and recording artist Liane V, and finally, we talk to the acts that made it to the finals of AGT. We got a lot to cover, so let's start the show.
Yo, what's up, man? My name is Bellinger. Let's get buzzed.
America's Got Talent will crown this season's winner this Wednesday, and Ray had a chance to talk to this season's finalists to get the lowdown on what we can expect for the finals.
Thanks, Trey. We are back with another week of America's Got Talent, of course, and it's the semifinals. So we're going to talk to all the acts that made it through.
So tell me a little bit about this round. For you, Dalia, Jessie J is a very hard artist to kind of copy, and you nailed it. Yeah. Were you nervous, especially because there's some notes up there that you kind of had to go for?
Thank you so much. I think before America's Got Talent, it was like really hard song, like Who You Are. But now I think I really grown up like singer, so it was like pretty okay. Well, it wasn't easy, but when I first started learning this song, it was really hard. But then I just sang the song like a lot of times, so when I performed, I was absolutely prepared for the performance. So yeah, Jessie J is very, very talented, and her song is really hard to sing, but I'm very proud of myself that I did it, and I think I did it really good.
All right, and then Kennedy, of course, you said you wanted to show a different side. Do you feel like you got to do that, and that you're going to continue to do that? And also, where did you shoot your performance?
I feel like I haven't gotten to show the side that I want to show, the side of if I make it to the finals. That's why I'm so excited. But my performance was shot in the neighborhood by the house on Leave It to Beaver, so that was really cool.
Bad salsa, for you guys, what does it take every week to just prepare and make sure that you are ready, especially because it's two of you?
It's really hard for us to get into such routine and get ease. When the audience see us, it should look very easy and easeful and graceful. And we know we don't want to make mistakes that the audience could see and react accordingly, so we have to train very hard for that. And shooting back in here in Mumbai and is very great because the people around are great, and we had a blast shooting over here. And everybody from the whole America's Got Talent team has been very supportive, and they pushed us very finely, and so that we could perform and we couldn't make any faults.
What has the feedback been like for you guys for this week? Not just from the judges, but from the people closest to you, your friends. What has everyone been saying?
It was so nice to make it this far. It felt so amazing, and it was just I'm so grateful for this experience on AGT. It's just a dream come true, and only not that many people get to go to the semis, and I'm just so grateful.
Poets don't get top billing. Like, we get Tuesdays and Thursdays after like the wonderful singers who are in the room take up Fridays and Saturdays. And so like it took me back to my roots, and it takes me back to a place where I was really hungry for this art, and I continue to be hungry for it. So a wise man once said that art is meant to either comfort those who need comfort or disturb those who need to be disturbed. So I think that my art can do both at the same time. Like, I think that my art can build bridges and relationship between myself and people who have similar experience, but also create discomfort to the point where people will be able to empathize for what other people have gone through. And so my hope is to do both.
I think it feels amazing. I mean, I think everybody's going to agree with me. Like, it's a big deal to be on the semifinals, and only the best of the best is moving on. And, you know, things are getting, the competition is getting tougher and tougher because more and more people are sent home, unfortunately, and only the best of the best is staying. But I think we feel accomplished. I think I can speak for everyone. Everyone feels so accomplished to be here in the semifinal, for sure. It is a big deal to be here. So I think everybody feels very good about it. I feel good about it.
It's an amazing feel. I told Terry during the interviews yesterday that it's immeasurable. You really cannot figure out a way to describe how cool it is to be where we're at right now. We've literally beat so many odds to be here. We were on the show, we were sent home, and then we got the blessing of a second chance. And we came back and we took that roller coaster ride and we're having fun with it. And to be where we're at right now is just surreal. And so we're so thankful. America is amazing to us right now.
I'm very emotional now, especially about my daughter. It's when you're singing, you have to be emotional, especially if you're singing from your heart. Yeah, I stay emotional.
So how do you make sure that emotion almost doesn't either contributes to your performance or doesn't get in the way of making sure that you're on key, on pitch, doing your best?
Exactly. They put my daughter on a screen and I had to turn my head the other way and sing the other way because if I'd have kept looking at her, they'd have had to come get me.
There's a lot of factors that go into what we do, especially with this season in particular. I mean, there's a tremendous amount from production to ears to click tracks to this and that. There's so many things that are going on that if you pay attention to one thing, it's going to take you away from something else. So you have to trust that the team knows what they're doing. You have to trust that you know what you're doing. And then you just have to go for it. And when we go into autopilot, the only way we come out is if we hear something wrong. So if we don't hear that wrong, we kind of feel like we did okay, because we both were so adrenaline rushed and feeling it that I looked at him after. I was like, I don't even remember. I don't remember it. Did we do good?
He was like, how'd we do? And I'm like, I don't know.
It's autopilot.
I disappeared.
Thank you, guys. I hope to speak to you again. Obviously, if I do, it'll mean great things. So thank you for having me.
AGT will announce the winner this Wednesday on NBC. Check your local listings. It's anybody's race. Don't go anywhere. We have Eric Bellinger up next after the break. We'll be right back.
Every time I always keep one locked and loaded, and looking at you just blows my mind.
Grammy-winning songwriter and R&B artist Eric Bellinger just released his catchy second single, Soloing, from his upcoming album, Eric B for President, Term 3. We have him up next to give us all the details. Let's take a look.
All right. Yo, what's good, everybody, world? My name is Eric Bellinger, singer-songwriter from Compton, California. Man, I'm out here doing my thing, you know, making your favorite songs for myself and others.
Girl, if you was with it, I'd dive right in. Slide right in, let me slide right in. I can fit it, yeah. Hit it, spray, yeah. Them legs, drip it, wet. Take a sip and hit it again, yeah.
I started off and my passion was songwriting. Was artistry. I was in singing groups first, so my first love was definitely being on stage and, you know, the camaraderie of a brotherhood and just performing and, you know, to feel that stage and that energy of people singing the songs with me. But then as I got out of my group and I transitioned right before I did my solo career, I just took the path of writing, you know, and I really fell in love with that and I got a lot of success with it real early. And it was tough for me to like get out of it, you know, to start getting back to the artistry, just because I know you got to strike while the iron is hot, you know. So as I was getting bigger and bigger songs cut, I was getting bigger artists and artists calling. So, you know, I kind of fell in love with both. But then I think once I figured that solo feeling where it's just me connecting the way I want to connect with my fans and my people, and I can, you know, the way I do my shows, you know, sometimes I'm freestyling live. So sometimes I get to write a song on stage, you know, at the same time as the people feeling me do what I do. And I think that, you know, nothing really compares to that, being on stage in front of people that appreciate what you do. I think that was the biggest challenge for me, my overall career, just transitioning from songwriter to artist, and also knowing what an Eric Bellinger song is. You know, before I knew what an Eric Bellinger song was and a song that worked for me in my lane, I wanted all the songs. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I don't want to get that song. I want that song. No, we should, you know. But then I figured out my lane
then I figured like, oh, okay, if I talk about this is when I want it to be for me, you know, or if I'm, you know, going to a session that's specifically for another artist, it's a lot easier to know that I'm working for them, you know. But when I'm working for myself and I have the, like, nobody's here today, for example, I'm never really married to the ideas anymore, because I feel like if I'm me and I'm Eric Bellinger and I'm who I say I am, I can write it again. And if I can't write it again, then I got an issue, and I might as well get to the issue ASAP. You know, I like facing the challenge, really.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a favorite song. Skating fast when I'm in that Rari. Diamonds VVS got me feeling godly. Yeah. Catching plays.
I got a song every week until the release of my new album, Term 3, Eric B for President. And so far, we've dropped Godly and we've dropped Soloing. So with Godly, you know, that was the big single out the gate. You know, we prepped for that one for a little bit. Man, I launched so many different ideas with that, from the fashion of my website, promoting the clothing that I was wearing in the video, to dancing. You know, I haven't danced in a while, and I was like, yo, I think I need to just kind of hit people with a just to show them, you know what I mean? Like, if I wanted to, I could, but I just be chilling on the low, you know what I'm saying? So it was dope for people to see me in that essence, and then to move on to Soloing, which is my, you know, now I'm talking about my lady, like, yo, you soloing. And the next video that we dropping is called Flotus, First Lady of the United States of America. And I feel like the entire story, allowing people to follow along, is going to be something that's just different, you know, just an interesting take to promote music, kind of taking the same approach as a TV show, or like how Netflix is doing, and, you know, just spreading it all out. You know, I had a lot of fun, and I had a lot of time with the quarantine, so I felt like, why not, let's take advantage. And I got a partner in crime, you know, with Jack Lumitri, who's always ready to shoot. And, you know, when you got a team of people that only want the best, you know, that's when you start to see things happen. You know, you can be on your own, but once you're able to round up an army and a troop, you know, of people that believe in the same common goal, that's when magic can really start to happen, man. Everybody can follow me. My full government name is what I'm rocking with. My mama named me that, so that's what I'm running with. Eric Bellinger, EricBellinger, and that's Twitter.com/Eric Bellinger, Instagram.com/Eric Bellinger, EricBellinger.com. If you go to my website, you're going to see a lot of my brands at the top of the website. You can watch the Term 3 videos, the visuals, everything is ericbellinger.com. You can head over to 2090, my store, click the right tab. You can go to Eric Bellinger, learn a little bit about my discography, about the music and the albums that I put out. We really, you know, have done a great job, I think, too, over the quarantine, working on the website. So, you know, I definitely want people to check that out and peruse through that, too. Yo, what's good, man? My name is Eric Bellinger, and you just been buzzed.
Soloing is available now on all streaming platforms, and Eric B for President Term 3 will be available on October 30th. After the break, we have Liane V to talk about her latest project and new song, Who You Are. Don't go anywhere.
Straight flossing, feeling like I'm bossing.
Liane V has taken her brand to new heights with over 4.5 million fans on Instagram and over 10 million followers on TikTok. Now she has many new projects in the works and a new song that just dropped a few days ago called Who You Are. She's on deck to give us all the details on how she remained creative during the quarantine, so let's take a look.
Hey guys, it's Liane V, and I'm a social media influencer, and I'm a creator, and yeah, that's what I do. Growing up, like, the social media influencer wasn't even, you know, non-existent, and it wasn't even an option, you know, in school. Like, not in college, not in school, it wasn't a thing at all. I've always loved entertaining. I've always loved music, dancing, just creating, doing art, just anything in the creative space I loved. And so, you know, growing up, doing doing talent shows, doing performances. My dad owned a DJ company and we would perform at weddings and festivals and things like that. So it's always been a part of my life. And I also use the creative things like dancing and coming up with choreography with my friends as something to help develop friendships. And it's like therapy, really, just having your mind focus on something and creating something and seeing a vision and making it come to life. I love doing stuff like that. So I knew when I'm from Northern California. There's a city called Modesto. It's a very small city. Nobody really knows too much about it, but I knew what I wanted for myself, for my career. I had to move out of Modesto, and we would always visit Hollywood, and just visiting LA is so, it just makes you light up in a different way, because you see things like, wow, the Hollywood sign, the beautiful stars on the floor and the stars everywhere. It's just like, an image of just this kind of lifestyle that I loved. And visiting LA a few times growing up, and then just knowing my passion, I knew that there was so much more for me than to just stay in Modesto and, go to college and have a family, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I knew what I personally wanted for myself. So I have 2 older sisters, and one is still in Northern California. One is actually out here with me, and they are both not in the industry. They don't, do a bunch of like social media stuff. It's funny because they didn't care about social media at all. And then now they're into it now. They're like, Liane, teach me this, teach me that. So, but it's crazy how much it's changed my life. Like moving to LA, I started taking vocal coaching. I started taking acting classes. I was dance classes, just really trying to build my way of getting into, connections and putting my foot in the door. Just building relationships was very important to me, and understanding the industry, because there is really no to-do list to explain, you want to be a singer, this is what you have to do. And if there is, it's never going to go the way you plan it. And I've learned that really fast, because when I moved to LA, I said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to meet and get signed, and this and that. You have all of these, plans and goals, and you see movies and you're like, oh, that's going to happen to me. And it's just, everyone has their own story. And I think that's what makes it so beautiful, because you just figure out your own story through the process. And the journey is the most beautiful part, because you look back and you see what you've done, and you become that person that, the character that you want to build, and also, be that influence to the world. If you keep going, you keep working, and you have this amazing story of what you've been through, is just what's so amazing about it. When you're new to social media and you start seeing the hater comments, and it's just even more now, because what I've learned, you have to understand where the hate comes from. It's not even about you. Even if they point out something about you, it's not even about you, because hurt people. I believe that when someone is going through their own insecurities, they're quick to point out someone else's. So once you understand that and know that it's not even you, that they literally have the time and energy to put something negative on your page. You can literally have an amazing picture that has nothing wrong with it, and they're like, oh my God, your toe is lopsided. You are so mad and you're so hurt about something else, that you're literally taking it out on me. So when you understand that, and you don't focus so much on the negative, because I can't say don't, because I do sometimes. I'll read through the comments and it's all these really great comments, and you see that one comment, don't be afraid to block people. Swipe, delete, block, and it's totally fine. But at the same time, it's engagement. So I'm like, you don't pay my bills. It doesn't matter. You can leave all the comments that you want. You're giving me engagement anyways. You just have to look at the good in it and understand that it's not you that they're really hating on. It's themselves. They're upset with themselves.
And a fresh face, all natural. Looking like an IG caption. Stacking on my checks, all action. Glossing, straight flossing. Feeling like I'm bossing. Getting to the bag, no talking. Heels to the sky, I'm walking. Let's put on a lash, make me look like cash. Let's put on a lip, fly on a...
So I'm so excited. I just launched this record called Who You Are. And the purpose of that record, of course, I love putting out new content, but this specific record was for my project that I did a collaboration with, insert name here. So we came out with my own ponytail, and I was able to create a ponytail that has 8 different shades and also hair accessories. So I wanted to create a record for my audience that can make them feel beautiful, that's going to give them confidence. And also, I'm all about women empowerment. I feel that women need to be reminded of who they are. And I think that this ponytail is an accessory that can also allow people to love themselves. And I think that's a beautiful thing, and just something fun, something bright. And I'm glad that, a lot of people are loving it, and I think that that's what I want to do for my music. I want it to be a feel-good kind of feeling. Like, I think that's what we need right now, and any form of positivity is good. So the record is all about positivity, confidence, loving yourself, being a boss babe. Like, it's just being independent. I think that it's very important, because a lot of these people in LA think that they need to have a sugar daddy. Not that it's bad, it's just that I think that I would never, for myself, I don't want to depend on anyone for my happiness. I think that if I want something, I'm going to get it for myself regardless. And if you depend on people, it's only a way for someone to, you know, hurt your feelings and get disappointment. And it's just, I've been disappointed multiple times with different things. But when it comes to my business and my brand and my family, like, I'm going to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do to make myself and my family happy. So, yeah. At Liane V on everything, YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, and TikTok. That's my biggest following. I have like 10.6 million on TikTok. I do a bunch of TikToks. So yeah, Liane V. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Liane V, and you just been buzzed.
Emma Zander is up next in our Artist Spotlight, so stay tuned.
Room is floating towards the ceiling.
Alternative pop artist Emma Zander is well on her way to becoming a force in the music industry. We have her up next in our Artist Spotlight to talk about her music and what's coming in the future. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Emma Zander, and I'm a singer-songwriter.
Picket fence came falling down, the neighbors stared, I laughed till I was screaming, she's come undone.
I'd been wanting to use that title for a song for a little bit. I'd brought it around to a few different sessions around town. A couple people who I presented it to looked at me like I was crazy and said, "Do you have any other ideas?" So I knew they weren't the ones to make it with me. And then I was in a session with my friend John, and he's totally punk rock, and he's like, "Yeah, man, that sounds like a dope title for a song, let's do it." And we just kind of like worked from there. Yeah, I guess it just took the right person to get it. And yeah, we did it. I mean, it's dark, it's weird, it's totally of the times, and I just personally love the word tranquilizer. I think for me, it was a challenge because it felt totally unhinged. It felt like I was making fun of myself, and I don't know, kind of just like she's come undone were the lyrics at the beginning. I wanted it to be weird, I wanted it to push the envelope, I wanted it to challenge kind of everything that we do to numb ourselves, and that whole idea, like take a pretty pink pill and wash it down with sunshine and daisies, take a Polaroid picture of myself real cool. Like, it gets into everything from pills to selfie culture to just really everything we use to get away from any real feelings. Coronavirus was something you were hearing about in the news, but it wasn't like, you know, canceling everything. Stay-at-home orders weren't in place just yet, and that was my last session right before everything got crazy. There's lyrics in the second verse that are like, "The voices in my head are becoming my best friend. They cry with me, lie with me, ride with me, die with me." That couldn't have felt more real and relevant listening to that than when I was in quarantine alone. It made me so happy to have a project in quarantine. I love having a music video, and I really had all the time in the world, so I was like, why not just, you know, shoot something now? We shot it at my friend's apartment, art directed it at the dollar store with dollar store props. There's no one in the video but me and like all these weird dolls wearing masks and Harry Styles' face on a mop. And it was just like so much fun. It was just with a couple of friends, and yeah, it was a real release during those beginning months of quarantine where everything was pretty isolated. You can follow me on Instagram at Emma Zander, Twitter at Emma Zander Music, and on Facebook Emma Zander. Hi, my name is Emma Zander, and you've just been buzzed.
That's all we have. Special thanks to Emma Zander, NBC, Liane V, and Eric Bellinger. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and double tap us on Instagram, all at buzz_access. Please, it is flu season. Please wash your hands, wear your mask, and be nice to everyone. We all we got. I'm Trey Rich. Love and light to you all.
'Cause every time I calm down, the monsters start to creep around. Can't help myself. Take a pretty big pill and wash it down with sunshine and daisies. Take a Polaroid.
For more stories and extended clips, go to thebuzzallaccess.com. I'm Trey Rich, and you've just been buzzed.